Are you ready to dominate some boys? Let's see that peep hard.
Oh my God. We are not yet 15 seconds into this video, and this numbskull is already talking about this woman's private parts. Do you know what happens when a woman fights a man? I'm not talking about when she's angry and hitting him and then he retaliates. I'm not talking about when she's defending herself from an assault or something like that. I'm not talking about domestic violence or anything like that. We have plenty of data on what happens during those types of violent incidents between men and women. But what happens in a fair fight? What happens when a man and a woman just square up?
For 17 years I've said no. Today we got a young lady that traveled all the way from Korea. She's a little bit different.
Is martial arts and combat sport training enough to overcome the disparity between a man and a woman in a fight? Streetbeefs has attempted to answer this question with a fight between a woman named Stormborn and a guy named Jake. Unfortunately, this nincompoop tried to ruin the whole thing. This guy's name is Jidion, and if you don't know who he is, I'll explain it to you later. I asked my son, and he told me who this guy was, so I'll tell you that. But I want to give this fight the attention and the respect and the gravity that it deserves. This was a momentous occasion. This was historical. And now, if you're wondering, like, who am I to even be talking about all this stuff? Bro, this is another one of those topics on which Icy Mike is uniquely qualified to speak. I'm a Streetbeefs OG. I've been watching Streetbeefs since Vandal was wrecking people, since Taz had the steel-toed boot controversy. I was watching when El Diablo unlocked a new outfit, and I've fought in the yard 4 times. I am uniquely qualified to talk about this, and over the years I have matured and come to understand this. Speaking of maturity, I felt like it would be a good time to talk about this wallet from Ekster. It's pretty dope, and it's kind of grown up. They're the sponsor of this video. This thing is cool. This thing is super slim, but it's half the size of a regular wallet and still carries 12 cards. A bunch of them in this thing here. Got a cash strap. You can keep cards or things you don't use often here. It's even got another spot back here where, look what I have. Look at this. Do you know what that is? That's a tracking card. It's a rechargeable tracking card, and it works off of the Find My iPhone, like the iTunes app, like the Apple Find My, like that software. It uses that to find this card, so you can keep it in your wallet or you could keep it anywhere. But this thing is smooth. You're probably thinking like, hey, I wonder if that's as much fun to do as Mike is making it look. It is, in fact, that fun to do. I love that. That's great. But the wallet itself is built. It's lovely. Like, the construction of it is very good. I feel like a grown-up with this wallet. Oh, it's got RFID technology. Like, it blocks the radio frequencies where they try to steal your information. Ekster doesn't just make wallets either. They got a ton of cool stuff, like EDC stuff, like little tool cards and backpacks and cases and all kinds of great stuff. Go check out the link in the description below right now. They're running a sale, but I have a discount code, Hard to Hurt. If you use that discount code, it's an additional discount on top of the sale price. Go click the link in the description below, use code Hard to Hurt. Round 1. Stormborn's doing an L step to nowhere. This guy showed a takedown from a mile away. As you watch these guys move their hands around, this woman and this man move their hands around, she's clearly well trained from her balance and her stance and her footwork, but she is doing some intermediate style things. The aforementioned L step to nowhere. It's when when fighters do this for like literally no reason. It's just a nervous tick. If you ever have to fight a woman, don't do what Jake did, because he's making a big mistake in that he's giving this woman way too much respect. Wait. I mean, obviously she deserves. I mean, respect in the fighting term respect. I meant like he's giving her a little too much leeway, like a legitimate threat. And now she cross faces him to keep him off of this takedown. It's a bad takedown anyway. He never had a chance. His arms were too far out, and she's got a cross face. She's sprawling her hips back. He's got a hand on the floor here. If your hand ends up on the floor, you're cooked, dude. She's gonna stand him up here and give him a knee, and that that hurt. Let's see where this takedown goes, because it looks a little funny here. And this is he's kind of untrained. He's trying to muscle her, and her posture is just too strong. Trying to stay on top, but he is going to straight up muscle her over. He's actually got still technically an underhook, which makes this thing easier. Now he's looking for, he don't know what he's looking for. He's just doing stuff. He's doing stuff that looks like it might be stuff. That's the official name of that technique. And now Stormborn is trying everything to build back up a base. He doesn't really know what he wants to do. He's way too high, but he's got his arms locked up pretty good. And he's got some semblance of some hooks here with his legs. He should lose this position.
Stop humping her, you freak!
Oh my God. I hate to sound like a prude. This is a big deal. That's disgusting. That is disgusting to say that in this moment. Yes, it is significant that it is a man and a woman fighting, but not for those types of reasons. Like, nobody gives a shit about any of that sort of thing. Like, their bones and their skeletons are constructed differently. The fibers of their muscles are different. Culturally, not only would they be different in culture if they were from the same place, they're from two different countries. Stormborn's from Korea. She came from Korea, trekked from Korea to find a fight, to seek honor and glory and to test herself. And you reduce it to, boy have penis, girl have vagina. Now she's popped up, she's postured up, and she is laying on him. He has no idea how to get up. None. He knows to wrap his legs here. That's something everybody who's watched some MMA kind of knows. But he has no idea how to get up. But you know what's going to happen? He's going to get saved by the bell. Because I think she was fixing to mollywop him. That concludes round one, which I think sort of sums up a lot of what you'll see when men and women fight, particularly when a trained woman fights an untrained man. You'll see her do lots of things right, and you'll see him do lots of things wrong, and it'll still go his way. Because it's a fair fight, not an equal fight. But now we need to talk about Jidion here. This guy sucks. Throughout this, he makes it about him. He didn't factor into round one a lot, but he's about to come up. And he's about to really start messing this fight up. I wasn't going to address this dude at all till I saw this post today from Streetbeefs. The caption says, who wants to see Jidion, just Jidion, back at the yard? Nobody, Scarface, nobody. And I can prove it after round two. I'll show you the comments are, nobody wants this guy around. Because even though Streetbeefs is a backyard fighting organization with a eccentric cast of characters, if you've been around for a long time, you know that there's a tremendous amount of honor, dignity, respect, and budo in what they are doing. This absolute buffoonery from this clown named Jidion. Which, okay, so who is Jidion? I asked my son, I said, yo, what is this guy? And he's like, oh, he's a content creator. And I was like, so am I. What does that mean? Like, I make martial arts videos. What does this guy do? And he said, okay, he used to be like a prankster. And I was like, I get that. And he was like, and then he got super religious. Okay. And then now he does hair plugs. He got hair plugs or a hair transplant or something. And I was like, wow. So the guy's all over the map. Which, by the way, I do understand the hair transplant content, because them boys from Turkey, they hit me up and said they're going to fly me out to Turkey and put hair on my head. A doctor's gonna put hair on my head in Turkey if I make a video about it. They asked me to do that. Round two.
You ready? You ready? Let's go!
Okay, come on.
Now she's feinting. Now she's hanging out a little closer. She feels like she's got his rhythm and his timing. Because he is throwing kind of like softball punches. Here's my problem. You hear the yelling? That's Jidion. Pause. We'll come back to that. It was wonderful. And this is my point. I just did it. I just did the thing that's making me angry. I was distracted from the man and the woman in the arena, the man and the woman who deserve our attention and our respect, by this numbskull in the ref shirt. He's wearing a ref shirt and standing in the cage. This guy is throwing some wild stuff, wild hooks and then a spinning back arm. But he's doing it in balance. It's very strange to see someone who with no training throw wild haymakers that aren't wild. He should have just went absolutely bonkers, charged across the ring and tried to destroy her. That's how he should have done this. If you want to know how to beat women in fights, that's how you do it. Use your size, strength, bone density, explosiveness, power, ferocity, years of being conditioned by society and your parents and your family and friends to be more aggressive. Like, whatever you believe is the reason for the force disparity between men and women, you should be using that thing. Don't give her this opportunity. Spinning, throwing this wild ass spinning back arm strike, and then getting locked up. Let's see how she makes this entry. Body lock, head up, and just bullies him down. She's strong, she's powerful, and she has good technique. Now you see what's supposed to happen when you take somebody down. She's not actually even doing a great job holding this top position. He just doesn't know how to get up. Like, he can just get up here. He could just get up at any time. This is better, smarter. She's balling up, she's compressing, and she's trying to dig these hooks in and stay on the back instead of falling off. Here's the problem. Listen. Look. Jidion, the fucking idiot in the ref shirt, yelled, "Let go of her hand." It's not against the rules, but a guy in a ref shirt said, "Let go of her hand," and look what he did. Let go of her hand! So Jidion fucked that guy over right there. Now she's gonna posture up and start, oh God, ouch. And he has no clue. He has no clue what to do with his hips. He has no clue what to do with his arms. And now she's up under the chin. Ew, stop. Look at the hand. He does his little, and look at his hand here. Get out of my way, because I have to go make this about me. Probably to his cameraman. Fucking, I cannot stand this guy.
Hey, Jidion, you want to interview her right here for our camera?
Storm,
Yeah.
you just made Street Beef history! How do you feel?
That's true. I don't mind that. She did, in fact, just make Street Beefs history. This is, we should be like cheering and carrying on. That's all right.
Amazing.
Let's go! Hey, any of you penises out there?
Okay, if you knew shit about fighting, or if you knew shit about the Street Beefs culture, if you had any clue what any of this meant or was, you would have had some better questions to ask, and than any of you penises. Like, we're talking about private parts. Like, that's, I guess. And everyone's just laughing, and it's just sort of from the enthusiasm. Like, he just yells penis loudly. So people that are hot and sweaty and tired and hyped up will laugh. Fucking loser, man.
Winner!
Say whatever you want, 15 seconds. Say whatever you want.
Thank you, God. Thank you, my family, or my coach, and Nova MMA team, or everybody. So thank you. Thank you, my honey.
She thanked her people with respect, honor, dignity. This is a true warrior. This is a real warrior. This person, a true fighter, and deserves a better treatment and a better regard for the work that she just put in. And Jake deserves more too, for stepping into a situation that's like sort of a lose-lose. But I want to prove, dude, come on, guy. There's a spider. But I want to prove to you that Jidion has no place in Street Beefs. Let's look at the comments. There's mine, if you want to go read it. It's basically a summary of this video. Only now that I saw the "stop humping her, you freak" was said by the ref. I thought it was just some guy wasted in the crowd. That is unacceptable. Agreed. Get rid of that ref. He's a clown. He will destroy your brand. Agreed. Dude, Jidion made this awfully uncomfortable to watch. Agreed. Rarely, good point. Rarely does a comment section unanimously agree on something, but it looks like the majority of folks here truly hate Jidion. Never bring this ref back, please. He was so awkward. Someone should let the dude in the ref jersey know this ain't about him. It's clear that we all agree. The fact that Jidion is so desperate for clout that he has to piggyback off of Street Beefs is sadly pathetic. Now wait a minute.